And welcome back to Aurora. Um, more minerals um, have been exhausted on Earth. Hopefully, we are slowly working our way through finding more and developing better ways of mining it out. Crew morale on board the Flower has fallen to 99.55%. The ship has exceeded its planned deployment time. We need to. Maintenance clock is 2.4, 2.84. Crew months 24 months. Excellent. Well done. You have done well. You will go back to Earth where you will um, refuel, resupply, and begin an overhaul. Cover 3, who is currently at Earth, which it doesn't say, but I know it is because no, it's not. It's lunar. Cover 2, who is currently at Earth, has got no problems with maintenance or crew morale problems or anything because we're just sat at Earth. And where am I going to put you? I'm going to put you at the Alpha Centauri jump. That's it. Cover 1 morale. Morale's fine, but it will drop. Okay, excellent. Oh no, scientist Charlie Goddard has been killed in an accident. That's, I'm going to say, really bad news there. Research project was ion drive technology. Available labs 1. Ah, yes. Power and production. We got a guy who's got 15% when he had 65%. Dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So we're going to give you something that's probably a bit easier. There we go. Let's just create that, get that done, and then we will queue up that as well, and queue up that as well. And that's quite useful. And that's to go, isn't it? So we had a lot to go still. And then we'll queue that up. You're doing the control speed stuff. Right. I think it's time to start building some sensors that are a little bit better. Let's look at sensors. Now, this thing here, show active sensor ranges. Well, if we zoom in far enough, I want to have a look. Earth. Let's have a look. Growth. What does it say about thermal signature of colony? EM signal of colony. Thought it said somewhere about sensors. Maybe I'm wrong. No. Okay. Fair enough. So show active sensor ranges. Zoom in so we can see. And if we do this, it's doing nothing at all. Maybe it's a passive. Ah, here we go. Right. So there we go. If we have an active, a passive sensor of power of 40, that's where we'd start detecting stuff. I think. If show signature detection range. So if we had a sensor strength of 80, what do these circles here mean? So Earth's got 1, 2, 3, 4 circles. That's the ship that's got the additional. Have you got any circles? Nope. Well, I don't know what any of this means. As I do that, it gets bigger. Is that because I got a number of ships here? Could be. So passive sensor range would be the blue circles, and the signature detection range. I need to look into what that means. If anyone knows, do let me know. I would be very interested to find out. Let's turn these off. And so, but with that in mind, let's create a new research project because we got some better sensors now. So we want to detect a ship which is 5,000 tons as a search sensor. We got an active search sensor of a MR9. What says 9 here? Nothing. Oh, so that changes when we do that though. That's 9 million range. So we can detect things 9 million kilometers away. And then as we increase this, this will increase. So that's 20 million. So this is the 5,000. So 100 million. 200 million. So that would be 200 million. So from Earth out here, the ship would be able to detect stuff that far away. If it was 5,000 tons. If it was smaller, it would be nearer. And that's a 21 hull size. It's a fairly big unit, but I think that's better than anything we've got at the moment. If we look at what we got at the moment, active sensors, we've got, well, that's obsolete. Right, that is a size of 23 hull size, and that will do 100 million. So this one would give me roughly twice. It was 21, was it 21? 23. So if we did the same thing, that would give us 220. So for the same hull size. So let's make it a bit smaller and double it. So that's a definite improvement on the current one that we've got. So I think we're gonna create that. It's gonna be 3,360 research points, but I think it's worth it. Beam fire control. Let's see what we got at the moment. Beam fire control. 50% range is 48,000 kilometers. I mean, that one's obsolete now, I think. Size 6, 48,000. Let's see what we got to do with here. So we're currently size 0.5 and our range is 24,000. If we went times 4 range would be 96,000 and it's a size 2. So size 4 times 4 is the most we can do. That's size versus range. So size 2 will give you 96. What are we up to here? Size 6 at 48. So far it's looking better, but we also had this one. So times 4 size against times 4 tracking speed. So tracking speed of something going 12,000 kilometers, probably a bit quick. Let's go times 3 times 3. So it's the same size now. Tracking speed is 9,000 kilometers. Let's have a look what we had. Tracking speed is 8,000 kilometers. So we're twice the distance and a bit faster tracking speed as well. So that's a definite improvement. Electronic hardening, ship to ship, no restrictions. So fire control, S06, size 06, 96. Maximum range to 9,000. So it tells us about it here. So this was size 6, 48 to 8,000. So it's definite improvement. Again, we will create that. Next thing on the list is the EM sensor, which I don't think we've got. We built anything for EM sensor. EM detection sensor. Nope, this is our first one. So let's try and work out what it is. EM sensor sensitivity of 6. Sensor size is 1 hole size. Chance of destruction by electronic damage. Crew 6. Cost 6. EM sensitivity. So EM17 is your size. 102 is your strength. I don't know anything about this. I'm trying to work out whether it relates to any of this. So passive sensor, range, total detection, signature, strength. Let's say that's strength then, shall we? 102. Close enough for me. So anything that comes into that range there would be passively picked up just by that. But it will take 17 hole sizes to do that. How far is that? That is 26. meters. No, 25 million. Yeah, 25 million kilometers. That is quite a lot because the moon is. So maybe that's a bit strong. Let's make it smaller. So strength of 60. What would a strength of 60 give us? 15 million. Still quite a lot. If that's what I think it is. That is. So let's go down to a 5. That'll give me 30. Oh, wrong one. That is the wrong one, isn't it? That's not adjusting anything good. That's about 30. 7 million. I think we're going to stick with that. Let's see what sort of size we're looking at here. 5. Just 5. 300 research points. So let's create that. And what's next on the list? Next on the list was, well, engines. I don't think we've had any real increases in any engines just yet. Gauss cannon, high-powered microwave, jump engines probably have done, but let's stick with that. Lasers, magazines, meson cannons, missile engines, missile launchers, new species, particle beam, plasma corroder, power plants, railguns. Well, probably railguns has been made better, but we'll come back to that. Thermal sensor, which I think is pretty much exactly the same deal. So if we stick a 5 on that as well, that gives us a strength of 30 as well. Same deal. We'll create that as well. Railguns. Let's see what we got and what we can get up to. I mean, there's not much. You either have it or you don't. I'll just check. We didn't do any thermal sensors. No. Railguns. I've missed it. Railguns. Ah, we got 2 of them in the system already. Velocity 1 cap recharge. 2 is obsolete now because it is, in fact, even version 2 will hopefully be obsolete as well. So velocity 3 cap recharge 2 will give us a range of 60,000 kilometers. So we'll create that. It's definitely a close-in weapon. I think we need to organize some missiles for our real defense. So yeah, we're going to obsolete that because that's got 15,000 maximum range, which is rubbish. Research. Let's just get these in the system. Right, so these 2 sensors, we need a sensor and fire control, which is him, which his name is Josh Turnbull. And looks like he's going to be busy, so let's cancel it. Yep, Josh Turnbull, we're going to do that. And then we're going to select you and queue that one. And then you can do the fire control as well. And then the active sensor as well. And then you can go back to where you were before. Planetary sensor strength up to 300. Whatever we were before. Let's queue that one in as well. What was the other thing we did? We did a railgun. So that is the kinetic weapons. That will be that one there, won't it? So Zachary. Let's just remove one from there and give that to Zachary. And then we'll probably reassign his stuff back there. I'm gonna cancel you. We'll come back to you. Let's give you 2. There we go. That was all that. Now, was that all we did? Certainly was none of them. Construction. Could do with adding or continuing that, but we'll wait on that. Shields. Oh, we probably work on some of this if we had a spare. We'll put that in the background. Energy weapons we've not looked at. Logistics. Well, we're that close. 64. I'll come back to it. Missile kinetic weapons we've done. Power and propulsion. He is working on the maximum engine power and then some other stuff. So we'll let that carry on. And sensor and fire control. I think we got covered. So, Yuki Hayo. The EM sensitivity XX number is basically detect a strength 1000 signature at XX million kilometers. Is that right? So it's going to do 30 million kilometers according to Yuki Hayo in the chat. So thank you very much for that. 30 million kilometers is going to be a fairly decent amount of detection. So hopefully that doesn't add too much weight to the ship. It was certainly much more than I expected it to be. So maybe I need to redesign those as smaller units, at least to start with, and that might be more useful. EM sensors. So according to Yuki Hayo, we will be looking at 6 million kilometers with a total of 1. Oh, we can go smaller, but 6 million is probably going to be good. So let's hit that one. And thermal sensors, we will also hit that one. So I think 6 million is probably enough for where we are at the moment. We haven't seen any bad guys, and we're going to concentrate on industry as well. So Josh Turnbull, we are just going to queue up those guys as well, and we'll move them. Let's move them right to the top because then we know that they get done. Oh, that's not the one. That's the one. Just get them done nice and quick because they're very, 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 very quick. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to call a day right there. Yuki Hayo has added. That's for a strength 100 signature. That's for a strength 100 signature. So my cargo ship here, does it tell me what my EM is? 0. Okay. So what about my little things? Is that thermal TH? Thermal there we go. So thermal signature. Use and EM is the EM signature. So my little has got a thermal signature 400, but no EM. My survey ship has got a thermal of just 5, but no EM. It's quite an old survey. My jumper has got a thermal of 160, but no EM. And my cargo ship has got a thermal of 600, but no EM. Is that right? It's a proportional formula. Oh dear. Maths. Oh dear. Strength 500 will be detected at half the range. Oh, I see. Yep. And 2000 will be detected at twice the range. There we go. Earth will likely be giving out a 10,000 EM signature or so, and can be detected at 10 times the exit listed on the sensor. I'm getting it. So my 6 million kilometer one will detect a 1000 signature at 6 million kilometers. Now, my cargo ship has got 600, so let's call that half. So that will only be detected by that at 3 million kilometers, which is a bit close. So my other one, which was 30, will detect 1000 thingy at 30 million kilometers, but 15. Yeah, so the first one I designed is probably the one that I'm going to stick with. And that's a cargo ship giving out nearly 600. What's TC? What's TCS? The target cross section. Oh, I see. I see. Right. Okay. So let's go back to my. So they've got a thermal of 400, which is pretty similar to the other ones, but these little survey ships, my gravitational survey, is 160. This game has so much maths, and there is never a right way to do this. No, there's never a right way, but there is definitely wrong ways. And I am pretty close to doing all of those. But it's brilliant, very, very addictive game. So what? How come I got no EM signature on any of my ships? What gives off an EM signature then? EM signature, the thermal signature of the class with maximum shields used for detection by EM sensors. So, if I don't have any shields, I don't give off any EM. Okay, I guess that's it. Shields and active sensors give off EM. And so if I start adding, yeah, so shields giving out an energy force, active sensors sending out stuff to detect stuff will give off EM. So if you don't have any of that stuff, you don't get detect any EM. So thermal is definitely a good way to detect people that are trying to be a little bit stealthy, perhaps. Right. Yep, I'm actually getting somewhere on this game. Learning curve is massive. Yoki Hayu, thank you for your help. Please follow me on Twitch here. And next time I come on, please join me again and help me out. It would be really, really useful. If anyone wants to follow me as well, just go ahead and follow me and join me next time I play. If you have the wants to know how I got this far, then go to my YouTube channel, which should be linked below, and every step of my journey to this position here is detailed. Every mistake is well documented, and you can sit there screaming at the screen and go, "What the hell are you doing?" So that's where we are at the moment. We are going just to check how we're getting on. So we're down to 430 mines and 231 automated mines on here. We're now up to 53 mines and 166 automated mines. We can now support 6.29 million. That is going up. Am I still bringing infrastructure here? Civilian industry. I thought there was a way to find out what they were doing. Infrastructure required. Manufacturing. There's a bunch of people doing manufacturing. Wealth and trade. Installation construction. So I'm guessing they are, yeah, they're building. Annual production is 11.6 infrastructure. Yeah, so the actual civilians themselves are building infrastructure, which is excellent news. Not building any mines though, but never mind. Starting to increase our annual production, which we really need to continue to do because we need some of these minerals. Automated mines up to 21 now, so that is definitely getting somewhere. Annual production is increasing. It's a slow process, and Venus so far, I don't think the team have finished. I'm not sure how you find out how much longer they've got to go. There's Venus. Let's zoom into Venus. No, I'll just turn these off. Oh, maybe I can't. Yep. So anyway, we'll find out how Venus are getting on once they've finished their surveying. And yep, these other ones, civilians. So Wolf Harrington's got 4 mines now, so that's starting to increase. And with the administrator I've got, it's got 480 production. So it's all coming together. Earth is building the factories and the mines, and it's all coming together. So join us in the next episode where we'll continue the Aylwickien Empire. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then please consider giving me a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to hear about when I do some more videos. In the meantime, if you want to click on one of the other videos that I've done on a different game, then these are my latest ones. Please go ahead. Or if you click on the next video in this series, that'll take you directly to the next video in this series if I've done it and uploaded it. Thanks for watching.